All right. The moves are done. The trade deadline is gone. It has come and gone. What do you think? How are the Jazz doing? Evaluation, please. Jeff just stares at his leader, David Locke. Locke is happy. That's good enough for me. And I'm glad we didn't trade PK. Jeff wants you right there behind that microphone.
I would be put on irrevocable, unvocable, and misvocable waivers. Then we'll be unclaimed.
Patrick says, let's answer this after they played a few more games. He's not coming out with any early statements.
Yeah, I don't need him to play a few more games.
You like what you've seen.
And they will play a few more games. I liked it the moment I saw it.
Yeah.
I mean, I've watched Jaren Jackson enough to know that he immediately can be the best player on your team, which might not be good enough. But in terms of the end of the tank, the second that trade was agreed upon by both teams, that ended it immediately. And literally that very second, we're done. Now they'll do this ham and egg thing this year, and I am a little worried. I'd sit him even more. Maybe play him tomorrow night in front of the home folks
But start pulling guys at halftime or 3 minutes in the third quarter. You don't get to play 9 minutes in the third quarter or whatever.
Tell him that, hey, the league created a new situation. The All-Star break is now 3 weeks.
Cancun on 3. Go, guys.
Maybe he won't notice.
Svi, not so fast.
Yeah, see, I never bothered to learn that guy's name, and now he ain't playing.
Yeah.
I was right.
But
he's right with the text line. Why did I need to know it? It wasn't going to last. Sevi, he's not going to last. Why do I need to know how to learn his name?
That's a new one.
He's going to need to play for the next 25, 30 games.
He didn't play the last couple.
I know, and they won. And you don't want that. You just said you're nervous. Play him for the next 25, and then he can move on to his next team.
Yeah, but I don't need him taking Ace Bailey's moments. He's not going to take Marketing or Jackson's moments. It's the youngsters. So at least you're getting some benefit out of that, is the development of the youngsters. If you're going to win, then it has to be
on the sensible shot and then on a Ace Bailey drive.
And them getting Ace Bailey got 37 minutes. Collier, Cody Williams, we know the guys. So the other two guys are proven commodities, Marketing and Jackson. They just are. We know what they are. We know what they're about. We know what they can do. They don't need more seasoning. They need better players around them and a commitment to suit up at least in the 70s in terms of games played, and then this team will be successful next season. That's it. It's already there. It's a fact. I don't need to see anything more. I've seen Jackson play now. He's been in the league, 6 years?
Yep. All-Star games, playoff series, including against the Jazz. Yeah, you've seen him.
Now you can argue, well, if he's your best player, you're not going to win a title. But I'm not worried about that right now. I'm worried about them getting out of the tank mode, which they're going to do, and then see how good they can be. You don't know what you need until you see what you have. And that was freaking deep right there. It was. Absolutely it was.
I think you got a pretty good idea what you need, which is why you said if he's your best player, you're probably not winning a championship.
Yeah, but I don't want a pretty good idea. I want to know. Because I know what I have in him. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the team. Because what do I have in George when there's other options? George can come down and shoot 25 times a game, and you don't have any options. Or they're not ready yet. I don't know what I have in Cody Williams. I don't know what I have completely in Ace Bailey. I probably won't know for 5 years for that matter because he's so young. I won't know what I have if they keep the pick and who they draft because we don't even know A and then B.
That is a huge question mark, which Shea brings up in his comment. The Jazz will be, at worst, a top 6 seed in the next season. In the West next season, and then he puts the pause in. But the only thing that can ruin it would be losing our pick to OKC. Because literally you get your choice of, we've been told there's 2 or 3, franchise guys, generational talents in this draft. You could get one of them. Maybe you could get your pick of everybody and be drafting one, and you could also fall the way out and get nobody and not have a pick.
Well, they got to get it.
Right. So that could have a big impact on the team going forward, which is why they're doing what they're doing.
So I'm totally fine with Jackson being the best player on the team in the 26-27 season because they've got enough quality guys to where they will be competitive. And it will be a fun season because it's fun to go in a discovery mode when you're trying to win. When you're not, it's not as fun. Obviously, it makes sense. It's a big old duh.
When you're doing something for the first time, which is what this group will be doing, can they get to the playoffs for the first time? Can they win 50 for the first time? Assuming they do those two things, well, now can you win a playoff series together for the first time? All those firsts for this group will be fun to watch.
It will, and it will be fun for them to try it. They will have, when they come to camp next October, they will have a zest and a pep that they haven't had. They will. There's no doubt about it. Because it'll be something for marketing. It'll be like, okay, finally, I've been here for 4 years. And now we're going to try. And now I want to see how good of a player he is. Because he has zero pressure on him.
I know. And now there'll be pressure.
He's just
It'll be
making
different.
millions of dollars, sitting around, going, and I had to hear about how great he was in the summer, in the whatever international spiel they got. I got so many of them I can't keep track. Last summer, that actually ticked me off.
We know.
To watch him dominate and then play 47 games. No, that's not good enough.
Well, now we'll see if his body can really hold up for 82
Yeah.
and if he can excel for
Right.
82 with the highest bar. He's never had the expectation of being one of the top two players on the team,
Right.
and you two guys are supposed to get this team in
You're
the playoffs.
making 50 mil. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Two $50 million guys, so
Right.
go win 50 games and
Right.
get to the playoffs, and he's played more games in the NBA among active players than anybody else who's never been to the playoffs.
I know.
So it's time to snap that
Yeah.
streak next spring.
Right. So let's see what you got, big dude.
Yeah.
And I suspect as long as he's playing, he'll be fine. Because he's a player. So we'll see that next training camp, next media day, when we go over there and interview players and Austin Ainge or Will Hardy, whomever, you'll hear it. You'll see it. You'll be able to feel it in their excitement, in their voices, and the optimistic nature. So I'm totally fine with Jackson being the best player because then next year they're in a discovery mode, but it is at a much higher level than it has been. And then they'll know what moves to make, blah, 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 and who they get and all that stuff. And if they bring in some savvy vets and all that stuff, you know, the idea of bringing in, we tried to make it with Patty Mills, oh, he's going to teach the younger. That was such an overblown story, but you had no other stories. He wasn't going to play. He's not good enough anymore. But they had to have something to talk about
because they were going to tank and lose
Yeah.
night after night.
Yeah.
And if they came close to winning, then they were going to give marketing a DNP.
It's not
Yeah.
the same as when they brought in Hill and Johnson.
No,
DL.
they still had stuff in the tank.
Yeah.
And Joe Johnson was still at a point in his career where he could bring the ball up and
Yeah.
hit a big shot and win a playoff game.
And so with that in mind, you'll hear it. So I don't need to see. I don't have a wait and see attitude to know that this team is A, going to be competitive, and B, probably going to be good.
But how competitive and where to slot them in the West. And that's what will be intriguing about next year.
That'll be fun.
Yeah.
Anytime you play to win. We'll come in next year, and if you go on the Southeast trip where you play Orlando and Miami and you go 1-1 and you lose the other one by a couple points, we'll be agonizing that they could have gone 2-0. Now it's like, well, who cares?
Yeah, we don't.
Right.
But next year, I mean, you're
And we
right.
will,
There's
yeah.
a bunch of, they'll get an Eastern trip, and we'll be thinking that conference isn't as good. There's a lot of bad teams.
Right.
They got to go 3-1 or 4-1 on this trip or whatever.
I can remember before I got fired doing the TV, man, the Jazz have fired me in more positions than ever. I got fired from radio. I got fired from TV. That when Millsap went nuts in Miami, I was doing TV that night, and it was a blast.
Yeah. Hitting shots from everywhere.
Yeah.
Time running out again and again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of my precious memories in my I've been fired from TV 3 times. You complained because you didn't get your contract renewed in Sacramento 40 years ago.
No.
I've been fired from TV 3 times.
And they're all part-time jobs, a little bit of money, a lot of ego. As opposed to you had to move.
What is more important, ego or money?
Abandon your wife's family.
Abandon my wife's family? What the hell does that mean?
In Sacramento, my wife's family was living in the East Bay, hour and a half away. We picked up and moved to another time zone.
Well, you didn't have to. You chose to.
Yeah.
It's all, everybody around here just bounces around from TV to TV. Don't they got more than one station up there?
Not happening.
But I've been fired 3 times, double the time that you've been fired in television.
Well, that would be triple. But
I know, but I'm trying to be kind.
You're just doing bad math on purpose.
And that was fun when Millsap did that. Last night, okay. I mean, Ace Bailey played well, but Ace Bailey playing well, I'm over that. He's going to play well. It's just how well. And then how does he mesh? And boy, if he meshes well and he lives up to the hype that he had this time last year, wow. We'll be saying in 2 to 3 years, not if, but how many All-Stars? And I'm not joking. That's a possibility.
It is a possibility.
Yeah.
It's one of the exciting things about watching this team over the next decade.
Right. I pray they don't fire me from this job so I can be here to enjoy. I've enjoyed the sour, not enjoyed, but endured the sour times. Now I want the bennies, man. It's why I tell you all to go to Trajan Wealth. You know what I mean? You're working hard. You want to enjoy the bennies. That's what I'm talking about. Do I have that today, Yak?
Yes, you do.
Oh, good. I'll be ready to go. I'm always ready to go.
What's your evaluation of the Jazz moves this week, Steve? I like them! ! They gave up very little. Clayton and Hendricks were not going to be stars, and the picks aren't going to be in the lottery. I like Jackson next to Lowry and Walker. The only concern is the low assist rates from Ace, Lowry, Walker, and JJ. They're all ball stoppers, and the coach likes ball movement.
Well, I like the ball going in the basket.
There's that.
So that's the number one thing on offense. And I do think basketball, when the ball moves, is a much prettier, more fun game to watch than the isos.
Isolation,
ISO
dribble,
yeah,
spin, back down.
Yeah, that's boring.
Yeah.
And they used to do that, and they got rid of that, changed some rules. So yeah, I like the ball whipping around. And I can still recall that play where 2 guys touched it and goes to Mitchell in the corner, and he throws a baseball pass the opposite corner to Ingles. That was fun. That play was cool.
That play was so cool that we remember it years later.
Yeah.
And that pass hit Joe right between the eyebrows.
Yeah, and
it was
he's
so
got his
perfect.
hands up and shooting Mo.
And when he threw it, I thought
in.
it might bang off the rim, but it was spot on.
Yeah, that's fun ball. I don't care who's playing. I don't care what gender you got. Move the ball, cut, movement, look for back doors if they're available, all that stuff. Yeah, I find that's when offensive ball, to me, is its most entertaining. Not coming down on a 3-on-1 and have somebody run to the corner and clank another shot. That's not fun.
Vernon says, I think we saw the value of Jock Landale in that first game. We should have kept him, dang it. Why didn't we trade one of our other bigs, either Kevin Love or Yusuf Nurkic? Well, my guess is Atlanta wanted Landale.
Kareem Abdul-Lawndale over here.
I know. But they wanted him, not the older guys.
How old is Lawndale? He's been out of the same marriage for several years.
He has been, yeah. But he's not as old as Kevin Love.
Oh,
Maybe he's a ballpark
no one is old.
with Nurkic.
Kevin Love might literally be the oldest player outside of LeBron in the league.
Yeah. Got to be top 5, right?
Yeah. And he's fun to have on the team. It looks like he's enjoying it. He knows time is getting away. You see him smiling there. Even when he's not playing, literally when he's not dressed, if they have a good play, he's up cheering. I can see him, and we know he has a history in Park City. I could see him being employed by the organization.
Yes. That would not be a surprise.
Right.
I've heard speculation about that. I don't know how real it is, but it's not hard to imagine.
Because he seems like he's a great teammate.
Yep.
And I mean, he probably's got enough money where he can put his feet up, but you got to do something. He won't even be 40. I have no idea if that would be something he would be interested in, but he does spend time here, and so obviously he likes it. So I can see something along those lines.
DJ PK, when we come back, BYU and Baylor tonight. We will get to that. Stay with us.